Solana has been on absolute fire, and if you feel like you got priced out, don't worry, because in this video, we're going to share with you our 3 favorite Solana ecosystem tokens for you to be able to make some money on. And as I mentioned, Solana has been on absolute fire, bumping over BNB to take the number 4 slot in the market cap list, coming in at $45.9 billion. Speaking of Solana's ecosystem, this is on DeFi Llama. We've seen a massive growth in TVL. TVL on Solana has been up over 100%. So it's doubled from around 600 million to $1.51 billion. And as I mentioned, I'm going to share with you 3 of the top Solana ecosystem tokens that you should know about. And every DeFi protocol, every layer 1 that does DeFi needs a DEX. That is why our first token is Radium, the leading DEX on Solana, coming in at number 150 with a price of $1.62. Radium offers DeFi and AMM projects a clear path for bridging platforms and liquidity with the evolved capabilities of Solana. I want to share with you their beautiful interface, but first, over $202 million in total value locked and $62 billion in total trading volume. This is built on Solana, Lightspeed swaps, next level liquidity, and frictionless yield. So here are the multi-suite of features on Radium. It's not just a DEX. Again, you can trade and swap. You can also earn yield through farming. You can provide liquidity to earn money that way. And also they have something called the Accelerator, which is essentially a launch pad for Solana projects to be able to access liquidity to launch their projects. Now, I did mention their interface is absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look here. Let's go and launch app. Again, one of the reasons why I love Solana so much is because it's so user-friendly, it's practical, it looks good, it looks sexy, and this is not different. It's sexy. Swap, liquidity on the left, so you can see concentrated pools, farm, staking, the accelerator. So if you want to play around with it, visit radium.io and then click on launch the app so you can see. And then we have this from Crypto Globe. Radium's Ray token surges 95% in 1 week, accompanying a 47.41% TVL boost to 126 million on the Solana DEX. Now, let's talk about from an investment standpoint. Not a lot of funds and backers. I would see Pet Rock Capital was their biggest backer. We do have a market cap of $401 million with an all-time high market cap of $1.1 billion, which saw the price of each Radium token reach almost $17 in September of 2021. Take a look at some of their tokenomics. So this is from the Radium document website. $555 million hard cap. That is very, very important. That means they cannot just print tokens out of thin air, much like the US government does. Emissions will last for approximately 36 months, with halvenings occurring every 6 months. So we are at the tail end of the 36 months. And once that hard cap is reached, once the emissions are 0, and Solana obviously continues to grow and the DeFi continues to grow and flourish, we believe Radium is going to be at the forefront. If we take a look at a comparable here, which is Uniswap, all-time high market cap of $23 billion, which is about, I believe, a 33x for Radium to get to Uniswap's market cap. And this, of course, was in the last cycle with DeFi garnering more liquidity, more attention, moving into the next bull market. We believe Radium is a massive upside play going into the next bull market. Here I have Radium on the 4-hour. I do have a 10 and 21-day EMA plotted here. So if you're looking for the best entry on Radium, potentially wait for it to test this 10-day moving average, which will put it right at about $1.41. If this thing does get down to this 21-day EMA, I would maybe not go all in, but definitely look to add to your bags if you already have them, or buy for the first time. Also here, interesting, a lot of people look and say this double top, but we have seen higher highs the entire time. Now, although we have officially printed a lower low on the 4-hour time frame, things are looking pretty good for Radium. So that is your number 1 token. The number 2 token, I'm going to go back here to DeFi Llama. The number 2 token is also the number 1 protocol on Solana as far as TVL, and that is none other than Marinade Finance, coming in at number 424 on the market cap list, 34 cents. Marinade is a governance token of the Marinade protocol and treasury. And here is their website. Optimize your SOL staking in one click. You can earn as much as 8.21% yield on staking Solana. They have over 1 billion in total value locked and over 107,000 users. We have this video that was tweeted from the Marinade Twitter page in about a minute explaining exactly what Marinade does. So let's take a listen.
Looking to stake Solana and earn rewards while securing the network? But here's the catch. With thousands of validators out there, how do you pick the right one? And even once decided, validators go offline or change commission, affecting your rewards. So you really need to watch over them to be sure. Now, one might consider playing it safe by staking with one of the big ones, which only makes things worse, making the network more centralized. But guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. Introducing Marinade, the ultimate solution for automated Solana staking, giving you peace of mind. Marinade monitors all Solana validators and automatically stakes with hundreds of top performers, constantly rebalancing for peak performance along the way. Your Solana tokens remain secure in your custody with no smart contract exposure. For added flexibility, you can use the liquid staking contract to get MSOL, the staked SOL token integrated around the Solana DeFi ecosystem. So why wait? Stop staking to one and start staking to many. Head over to marinade.finance and automate your SOL staking right now.
So the big one for me, guys, the big one for me is number one, not having to worry about, am I picking the right validator? Am I making the most money? They automatically do that for you. And although you might say, well, I want to do that myself, a majority of people, they either don't have time or don't have the knowledge. They don't want to do it. They want someone to do it for them. It's all about convenience. And Marinade does that. Also a big one, no smart contract risk. That is a big one. We've seen a lot of hacks. People lose their money. Marinade kind of takes that all out, and this is one of the reasons we're so bullish on Marinade. Then we have this from their Medium. Marinade is no longer just liquid staking, base layer of Solana DeFi. That is what is being described as. Marinade is honored to see MSOL held in over 75,000 wallets, integrated with dozens of DeFi protocols, and traded on centralized exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken. And again, this was, let me pop over here. So this is the markets of Marinade. We know the importance, no matter how good your token is, tokenomics, if there's really no place to buy it, like centralized exchanges, we're probably not going to see the mass amount of liquidity pour in. And while Marinade Finance, it's got top listings, Coinbase, KuCoin, BingX, we have Kraken, we have Binance, and so a lot of liquidity there. We also had this from Yahoo Finance. This was back in December 3rd of this year. OKX wallet has now integrated with Marinade. Why is OKX so important? Well, they're the third largest derivatives exchange as far as volume, and they're also top five, number 5, with $3.3 billion in trading volume. Their OKX app on Apple has over 14,000 five-star reviews, millions of downloads. And as you can see here, the Marinade Finance TVL has been absolutely skyrocketing, going from 132 million to over almost $1 billion in a matter of 2 months. Now, what is a comparable to Marinade Finance? It is none other than Lido, right? Marinade, essentially the token, is governance, right? You get to vote with it on protocol changes. The closest one we have is Lido, and Lido's all-time high market cap was about $2.7 billion. What I want you to keep in mind, though, is Ethereum's only been proof of stake for a little over a year. And so imagine if this thing was stretched out to 3, 4, 5 years, what would the all-time high market cap of Lido have been? Even then, $2.7 billion. Marinade is currently coming in at 82 million. It's about a 33x away from Lido's all-time high. So we believe there is a ton of upside for Marinade Finance. Tokenomics, not the best, but we believe the reward outweighs the risk here, as only 25% of their tokens are currently circulating. They did see some backing from No, this one wasn't backed by a lot of, so not a lot of VC money has poured in, so you don't have to worry about people getting tokens unlocked and dumping them on you. Now, as far as some price targets for Marinade, this is on the daily, and again, we have the 10 and 21 day exponential moving average. And as you can see here, we have bounced off this orange 21 day moving average pretty much the entire way through. We saw it back here in November of this year, again towards the middle of November. So 3 times in November, we have bounced off and seen nice rallies. And let's measure these out. We've seen rallies of 75%. Here more recently, we saw a rally of about 45%. We saw a rally of about 49%. And the most recent one, once we did touch the CMA, we saw a rally of over 120%. And look where we're at currently, you guys. We are currently wicked down to this 21-day moving average, and we are starting to creep back up. If we see a similar 35-40% rise, expect to see a target level of about 50 cents on Marinade. So this is the second Solana ecosystem token we're super bullish on. The last one, so one I'm really, really bullish on, is Metaplex, coming in at number 298 on the market cap list, 35 cents. And listen to this video from Breakpoint 2023, which is Solana found the Solana ecosystem convention, and hear what they had to say about what Metaplex is looking to do.
The goal of the Metaplex utility layer is to take the decentralized infrastructure that is Solana and the interoperable data standards that are the Metaplex NFT programs and make it as easy as building a Web 2 product to build on the blockchain and use NFTs. Enterprises don't want to chew glass, so let's do it for them. The Metaplex utility layer has 4 core pillars. The first is a single API layer to get all of your NFT metadata. The second is interoperability, allowing data providers to index and snapshot the NFTs that they care about. The third is data storage, CDNs to store, resize, and stream the off-chain metadata. And finally, we're wrapping the Metaplex utility layer into enterprise-grade SDKs.
Enterprise-grade SDKs. We've seen the likes of Starbucks, Nike, a lot of these massive companies move to NFTs to bolster their loyalty program, right? To get their community incentivized to follow them, to buy their products, to get into their ecosystem. And that is what Metaplex is looking to do. This is from their website. Just amazing what they're doing. So take a look here. Launch and scale your NFT projects on Solana. Metaplex is an open protocol and tool set for NFT creators and developers on Solana. 180,000 collections, 116 million NFTs minted, with a total of 14.6 million total collectors and $1.1 billion in creator revenue. Here's the most important thing. No code tools. You don't need to hire a developer to launch an NFT product. So anyone, even you watching, you can launch your own NFT without needing to dish out thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars for a developer to launch it for you, the smart contract. You can do it all for yourself. All you got to do is upload, drag and drop your art and add some metadata, launch with a customizable mint page, and then mint it, whether it's a one-of-one, whether it's a collection. And it is, again, interoperable. You can throw it on different chains. Metaplex is doing something extremely interesting. So this is also their creator studio. Anyone can be a creator. This is just some of the interface that is showing. You can take anything and make it into an NFT. You can click here, choose your type of NFT. Is it a single edition? Is it open? Is it limited? Is there a cap? Can you change the metadata? This is all things you can do practically without having to pay someone a lot of money to do it for you. Now, here is their roundup from Metaplex.com. This is the November roundup. The numbers here are staggering. Metaplex had 239,000 monthly unique signers, representing a 45% increase month over month and bringing the year-to-date total to 1.2 million unique wallets. NFTs minted through Metaplex reached 15.8 million in November, the third highest month of all time. And nearly 35 million transactions were signed this month, the fourth highest month on record. Metaplex is absolutely taken off. You can see here more visually on the histogram chart here. It has been ramping up since really July of this year. This is the monthly unique signers, and on the bottom here is the monthly transactions, which means people are using Metaplex. Then we have this from CoinGape.com. Solana's Metaplex unveils new digital asset standard amid Solana's price rally. Metaplex, a Solana-powered framework and protocol, recently revealed its plans to introduce a new standard for immutable digital assets on their platform. The firm primarily hopes to eliminate the need for any external assumptions of trust orbiting assets content stored on the Solana network. Notably, the announcement of Metaplex's new standard is expected to jack up Sol tokenomics further, pushing its upward trajectory farther within the crypto landscape. Most NFTs in the Sol ecosystem store their data on external services like Arweave, IPFS, and S3. Metaplex inscriptions enables users to store an asset's metadata and media-related data entirely on the layer 1, eradicating external trust assumptions for on-chain attributes and smart contracts. And why are they saying it's going to push Sol token up? Well, if everything's done on the layer 1, guess what you got to use for gas fees? Sol token. And then as far as NFTs, take a look. Over the last 24 hours, Solana has leapfrogged Ethereum with 12.4 million in NFT volume sales. If you go over to the last 7 days, again, it has leapfrogged Ethereum, only second to Bitcoin with almost $90 million in NFT sales for Solana. So that ecosystem is booming. Now, from an investment standpoint, Metaplex has had some funding rounds, currently sitting at 35.4 cents. They raised $46 million in January of 2022 with leading investors and VCs like Multicoin, Jump Crypto, and Animoca Brands. Animoca Brands is a big one in the space of gaming and NFTs. If we take a look at some of their tokenomics, again, not the best circulating to total supply ratio, but this thing does have a hard cap of 1 billion tokens, to which 378 million are currently circulating. This thing has a market cap of only $135 million. $135 million, a 10x, a 20-30x is not out of question here for Metaplex. And as far as the chart here, again, on the 4-hour for the Metaplex token, which is MPLX, 21-day, 10-day moving average, you can see here, again, a lot of support bouncing off this 21-day. We are currently bouncing off the 10-day, though, as we're seeing a green candle start to form. So if this thing does decide to run, expect some resistance right at 46 cents. If we do dip below, I would look for an entry price, an aggressive entry price, right around 29 cents, as every time it has reached the lower band, the 21-day moving average, it has seen a nice rally. Again, back in December of this year, we saw a rally of over 164%. And then on December 18th, again, bouncing off, seeing a 80% rally. Can we see the same if this thing does bounce off the 29-cent 21-day moving average? That is up to you to decide if you want to wait or if you want to jump into the project now. With that being said, we hope you enjoy the content. Make sure to come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.